Good afternoon and welcome to coverage from the West Coast Jamboree on BayPreps.com as we get ready for an outstanding matchup in the Platinum Division from Deer Valley High School. It is Carondelet against Pleasant Grove. I am Pat O'Rourke. The producer and cameraman is Ian Fawn as we get ready for this matchup between these two good programs. Pleasant Grove out of the Sac Joaquin section, Carondelet out of the North Coast section. Carondelet, of course, is led by Natalie Romeo, one of the best juniors around, a 5'7" junior, and she's got some talent around her as well. And Mackenzie Cast, a 5'10" junior. Also, Lauren Nicolosi is a 6-foot senior. Carondelet, the team in white with the red numbering, gold outlining. Margaret Gartner is their head coach. Also out there for the Cougars is Amy Harioka. She is a 5'7" junior, and Gabriella Grupalo is a 5'7" junior. Pleasant Grove is a team in blue. They have the white numbering and the red outlining as the opening tip is up between Lauren Nicolosi and Pleasant Grove's Alea Pena, and Carondelet has the basketball. We get our first look at Romeo, gives away to Harioka, who steps inside, dishes out, pump faking his Grupalo, and then it's knocked away and taken away by Pleasant Grove. Carondelet immediately applying full court pressure even after the turnover. Pleasant Grove having trouble getting across midcourt, but they do eventually as Kim Schmeltz a feed underneath, and it's knocked away. Nice defensive play made by Romeo, taking away the easy bucket from Deja James. The inbounds. Shot off the inbounds is up and good for Deja James. And Carondelet will bring the ball up the floor. And going right to the bucket and missing the shot is Romeo, but the putback is there for Nicolosi. We're having a little bit audio trouble here, so I'm kind of trying to run the camera here at the same time. That's why the camera's been a little shoddy here at the start. Pass underneath, shot up and good for Kim Schmelz. And it makes it 4-2 in favor of Pleasant Grove. And here's a three-point try on the other end that is buried by Mackenzie Cast to put Carondelet in front, 5-4. Carondelet not afraid to apply that pressure D. It's where they get a lot of points and turnovers from, and they commit a foul in the backcourt. First foul of the game comes a minute 13 into the contest. It goes against Cast, her first. Starters for Pleasant Grove, you got Deja James, Brittany Wynn, Elena Paga, Kim Schmelz, Ivana Lee. And the Eagles have a pass knocked out of bounds. It will stay with Pleasant Grove, a team out of Elk Grove. They're off to a 6-1 start. Carondelet is 5-1. Pleasant Grove has trouble getting it across midcourt. They do finally get it across. The shot from the baseline is missed by Brittany Wynn, and the loose ball rebound goes to Natalie Romeo. Romeo's got one triple-double this season. Her pass underneath is grabbed by Harioka, who was fouled on the way up, and Harioka will go to the free throw line. Harioka averages 5 points per contest. Has struggled shooting in the early going. However, she has made her free throws, 6 of 6 from the foul line. And she goes to the line here with 6:29 to go in the opening quarter. It's the first foul called against Pleasant Grove, and the first free throw is good by Harioka. Harioka, 18% in her field goal attempts this year. Misses the second free throw, and it's pulled in by Deja James, who is the leading scorer for the Eagles. But it's turned over to Romeo, to Gabrielle Grupalo, goes in for the layup to make it 8-4 Carondelet. I'm running the scoreboard as well as doing the broadcasting here, so bear with me with that scoreboard on the bottom of your screen. Carondelet is up 8-4. 2 minutes into this contest, and the pass is knocked out of bounds by the Cougars, and Romeo with that pesky defense. Romeo averages 6.7 steals per game, along with 7.7 rebounds and 8.5 assists to go on for 20 points. Here's Deja James, who goes to the bucket and scores to make it 8-6. James already has 4 points. And Romeo connects on the jumper for her first points, and 5 different Cougars have scored. Deja James pulling up for the 3. Pleasant Grove looks like they're going to play along with Carondelet in this up-tempo game. James, nice feed underneath. Layup is there for Ivana Lee, her first points, to cut the lead down to 2. This is the Platinum Division at the West Coast Jamboree. Here's Romeo, great feed underneath, but the layup is missed by Nicolosi, and it goes out of bounds off of Carondelet. Romeo set up Nicolosi beautifully there, but could not score. She checks out of the game along with Mackenzie Cast. Mason Boucher, a 5'11 sophomore, is off to a good start this season, is in the game along with Marcella Hughes, another sophomore who goes 5'6". 5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Open on three-point line, it's Brittany Wynn. She misses the jumper. It's pulled in by Grupalo. Grupalo's got Romeo to her left, but passes right to Harioka. Harioka back to Grupalo, goes to the lane and scores. Grupalo's second field goal, 12-8. Carondelet running in transition well there. And a foul on the Cougars, their second. It goes against Harioka. And a traveling violation on Pleasant Grove, who has already turned it over 3 times. This is Romeo up top. Pleasant Grove trying to hound her. She gets rid of it to Grupalo. Grupalo misses the 3. The rebound bounces a couple times. It's pulled in by Boucher. Boucher takes it up and scores. Make it 6 different Cougars who have broken into the scoring column in this opening quarter. Pull up by Wynn. The short jumper falls. Carondelet immediately pushes off that made basket, but the traveling violation on the catch by Boucher. It's a great feed up the floor by Romeo. But the traveling violation, the first Cougar turnover, we're midway through the opening quarter. This tempo to Carondelet's liking. The Cougars have broken the 80-point mark a couple times, and here is Romeo on the steal going in and scoring the layup. Second bucket for the Carondelet junior. They can put points on the board in a hurry, and you got to be careful to watch out for those runs as Deja James catches and scores. James off to a good start. She's got 6 points. Romeo's Carondelet's leading scorer. James is the second leading scorer in Pleasant Grove at 16.6 per game. Romeo, great feed underneath again, and this time it is Boucher getting fouled, and she's going to the free throw line. And it's going to go against Ivana Lee. Lee has 2 points, and she's the leading scorer for the Eagles at 17.7 her game. First free throw misses by Boucher. So Cougars going to bring back in Katie Rathbun and Mackenzie Cass, 5'11 sophomore Rathbun. Cass, of course, the junior who started. They check in for Harioka and Grupalo. So Boucher misses them both. Deja James has her second rebound to go on for 6 points, but her pass up the floor could not be handled by Ivana Lee. And the Eagles turn it over a 5th time. .3:11 to go in the opening quarter. Natalie Romeo dribbles left side the lane, kicks in the corner, pump faking, stepping to her right is Rathbun. She'll kick it up top for an open 3. That is good for Marcella Hughes. First points for Hughes. Layup try misses the other way, but Ivana Lee's got the rebound, and she's going to the free throw line. This goes against Nicolosi. Third team foul on the Cougars, first personal. Pleasant Grove is getting some open looks, as you should when you break that press. as Patricia Castrance and Jessica Fu are into the game for the Eagles, who had to make sure they had 5 players on the floor after making those substitutions. So Lee makes 1 of 2. 6-point game, pull up 3 the other direction, misses. The long rebound, tracked down by Cast. A new set for the Cougars. Romeo for 3. And the rebound is cleared by Deja James. James, a really nice player, 6-foot senior, but she turns it over. Romeo, the feed, unable to handle it is Rathbun, but a traveling violation on the Cougars once they were able to get the loose ball. 2:27 to go in the opening quarter. And Pleasant Grove turns it over again. The pass from Lee to Castrance. That's 7 turnovers on the Eagles. Come into this game with a 6-1 record. Their only loss was to Oak Ridge in the championship game of the Oak Ridge shootout. They lost by 44 points, which is hard to believe when you look at the results of their other games. Even though Oak Ridge is a real good team. Here's a jumper right side. The circle that is buried by Mackenzie Cass. Her second field goal. She's got 5 points. Cass can really shoot it. Long pass up the floor, caught, and the layup is scored by James, who's now up to 8 points. So Carondelet not wasting any time. This is Hughes, blocked out of there. Pleasant Grove wanting to push. Castrance. And it's knocked out of bounds. It will stay with the Eagles with 1:45 to play in the opening quarter. So Grupalo and Harioka are back into the game. The inbounds left side of the lane going up and unable to convert was Castrance. The loose ball rebound goes to Lee. And she's going to be going to the foul line. It's going to go against Grupalo. Her first, 4th team foul. First free throw for Lee is no good. Carondelet 1 of 4 from the line. Pleasant Grove 1 of 3. Pretty action-packed first quarter here. The tempo, as you can tell by the score, has been pretty fast-paced. Lee makes 1 of 2. This is Harioka stepping in on the baseline. Back up to Romeo. Romeo cuts to the baseline, kicks out Harioka. Harioka runs into traffic. A wild scoop shot, no chance there. Pleasant Grove trying to set up the break to James. And it's knocked out of bounds by Carondelet. Pleasant Grove is winning the rebounding battle right now with 1:27 to go in the opening quarter. Carondelet, a team that doesn't have a ton of size, but they do come up with a steal here. This is Harioka. Bounce pass Cast, who stops and scores the layup. Cast leading all Carondelet players in scoring with 7, and that's the difference right now with 1:14 to go in the opening quarter. Cougars can put a lot of points on the board. They scored 90 in their opener at presentation. Elena Paga is into the game. Boucher into the game for Carondelet. Kim Schmelz will inbound for Pleasant Grove. She's got Jessica Fu out on the floor. Catching is Deja James. James' pass, though, was thrown away as she was looking for Paga. 9 Pleasant Grove turnovers here in the opening quarter. 1:09 to play. Romeo into the corner, feeds Cass for the 3 that misses, but Cass grabs her own rebound. Romeo steps inside the lane, right-hander off the glass. Romeo's got 6 points. Carondelet with their biggest lead at 9. James catching his Castrance. Pass deflected, grabbed back by the Eagles. This is Schmelz down low. She will feed Paga, who gets called for the travel, or actually the offensive foul. So 38 seconds to play in the opening quarter. Carondelet already at 25 points. Aaliyah Pena is into the game. Romeo backs her way in, steps back, sets herself up for the jumper, misses, and the rebound is pulled in by Schmelz. Turns it over. Harioka goes to the floor to grab the loose ball. Here's Romeo running the break. It's a 4-on-2. Stutter step. Goes and scores from the left side. 8 points for Romeo. Carondelet is up 11. 12 seconds to play in the quarter. This is Fu. Bounce pass on the baseline with 5 seconds. Here's Pena outside for a three by Schmelz. That is good, and Pleasant Grove needed that to end the first quarter. The three-pointer by Kim Schmelz makes it 27-19. Carondelet getting a lot of their points in transition, as they so often do. They lead by 8. You're watching high school basketball action on BayPreps.com.
West Coast Jamboree would like to thank its sponsor.
I'd like to thank some of our sponsors for making this possible. Franklin Canyon Stables, very affordable, family-oriented, the place to go if you're looking for riding lessons, trail access, horse training, or boarding. That's Franklin Canyon Stables. For more information, go to kimshorsetraining.com. That's kimshorsetraining.com, and check out Franklin Canyon Stables. Also, Rocco's Ristorante Pizzeria, a place to go after the game. They're open late, full bar, longtime supporter of high school sports in the corner of Oak Grove and Ignacio in Walnut Creek. That's Rocco's Ristorante Pizzeria. And Michael Mulry, your home loan purchase and loan finance expert at 925-967-3055. Let Michael Mulry at CNA Equity be your bridge to your most profitable equity partners. That's Michael Mulry at CNA Equity. Carondelet off to the 27-19 lead. Natalie Romeo's got 8 points. Mackenzie Cast with 7. 7 different players have scored for the Cougars. Pleasant Grove is led by Deja James, who's got 8 points. 5 for Kim Schmelz, who made that 3 at the buzzer to close out the quarter. Pass underneath by Deja James, finds her teammate, but the missed layup there by Aaliyah Pena, and the rebound knocked out of bounds off of Carondelet. Pleasant Grove did out-rebound Carondelet 9-5 in that opening quarter. No, they're going to say that rebound was actually off of the Eagles, so it's Carondelet basketball. Pleasant Grove, they'll turn it over 10 times in the first quarter, 2 for the Cougars. Natalie Romeo, such a catalyst in those turnovers for the opposition. They'll get it outside to Cass. Cass's 3 misses on the feed from Grupalo, and on the rebound, there's a tie-up, and we're going to get a foul on Carondelet. Goes against Cast. Pat O'Rourke with you. Ian Fawn is the cameraman and producer. It is 27-19 Cougars. This is the 4th game of the day from the Platinum Division, the 4th of 8 games from Deer Valley High School. Pleasant Grove Eagles nearly turn it over there. They throw it up top to James, who saves her going in the backcourt. And this is Kim Schmelz. Schmelz gets rid of it to Ivana Lee. Lee, nice pass underneath, but unable to get anything to fall down there is Aaliyah Pena, and the rebound to Carondelet. Romeo brings it in the front court, and it looked like Carondelet was going to get a layup, but the foul came first. Goes against Aaliyah Pena. 4th team foul. Marcella Hughes is into the game. And Grupalo checks out. Nobody has scored yet in this second quarter after the frantic action we saw in the first. Mackenzie Cast has Romeo open in the corner, throws it high to her. Romeo catches and releases, but misses, and the rebound is pulled in by Brittany Wynn. Carondelet applying some pressure in the backcourt. Dangerous pass, caught by James. James, bad pass, knocked away by the Cougars. And falling out of bounds as she was trying to grab that loose ball was Boucher, the 5'11 sophomore. Grupalo's back into the game as Cass goes out. 6:48 to go in the second quarter. Up top, the feed to Brittany Nguyen. This is Deja James, misses the lawn jumper. And it goes to Romeo as Pleasant Grove tried to save the rebound. Romeo goes all the way in, can't convert the layup from the left side. Harioka pulls in the board, kicks it out. Romeo for a three. Romeo's outside shot not falling. And then rebound goes long and out of bounds to the Eagles. So Romeo already has 8 points. Some assists and steals, but that's a good player when you can get those kind of numbers, even when your outside shot's not falling, and it isn't for Romeo right now as Nicolosi checks in and Boucher goes out. Romeo, a player who shoots 39% from the field and 41% from three-point land. Up the floor, Ivana Lee feeds, and the layup is there for Deja James. 6:13 to go in the first half. That was our first points of the second quarter. Gabriela Gruppalo. Passes off to Nicolosi. Nicolosi has been held to 2 points thus far. Up top, Harioka. Here's Romeo, another three. Misses off the back iron again, but the rebound goes to Nicolosi. Another three-point try. That misses from, and it's kept alive by Nicolosi again. A new set. Another wide open look. Again a miss by Gruppalo. Battle for the loose ball. James hits the deck. No foul call. The rebound on the floor. Romeo falling on top of a Pleasant Grove player looking for that loose ball. And it's going to go to Carondelet. The inbounds. Up top, Harioka. Romeo thinks about the three. Harioka, nice crossover. Here's Romeo. Missing the jumper from 17, and on the rebound, a foul on Carondelet. Carondelet now the East Bay Athletic League. They were NCS Division II champions last season. Made it to the NorCal semifinals before suffering a tough loss to Archbishop Mitty in a game that was played at Ignacio Valley. Carondelet, great start in this game, up 27-19 after the first quarter. But they have been shut out thus far here in the second quarter. No points in 2 minutes and 43 seconds. 1-and-1 free throws, a miss, a putback try, no good by Lee. And it leads to an open three-point look at the other end that is buried by Marcella Hughes. So there's the first points for Carondelet of the second quarter after an explosion in that first. Going right inside the lane and running over a Cougar player and getting called for the charge was Kim Schmelz. She saw an opening. She probably should have pulled up for the jumper. Hughes goes out of the game as Cass checks in. Romeo gets it back from Harioka. Up top, Cass. Cass going to fire the three from straight away. Rebound, Harioka. She is going to score. Harioka's got 3 points. And Carondelet's lead is in double figures. Biggest lead it's been for the Cougars as they try to advance on to this Diamond Division, the winner, or Platinum Division, I should say. The winner gets Heritage tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Here's Deja James. Open on the baseline. Shot misses. James put back. Also no good. And it's cleared by Gruppalo. Bad pass. Turned it over to the Eagles. They've got a 3-on-2. Here's James going right to the bucket. Missing, but right there and missing a gimme. Getting it back and scoring this time and drawing the foul is Ivana Lee. So Lee already has 6 rebounds and now 6 points after scoring that shot from underneath. She's got a chance for a 3-point play. Leah Cranton is into the game. Brittany Nguyen also back in. Noria Saka is into the game as the 3-point play is converted to cut it down to 8. That was the spread at the end of the first quarter. It was 27-19 after one. Right now we got 3:54 to play in the half as Cass fires a three and misses. Harioka's there for another rebound. Misses it, grabs her own rebound and kicks it to her teammate. And the miss by Grupalo, and Harioka's got another board. And now a foul as Cass tried to step her way inside the lane. So Harioka keeping some possessions alive for Carondelet. Harioka, 5'7" senior. The inbounds from Romeo. Having trouble with underneath is Boucher, the sophomore. Kicks it back outside, but she's going to get called for the 3-second violation. Yes, the winner will get Heritage tomorrow at 5 o'clock. The loser of this game will play at 11 a.m. tomorrow against University of Irvine. Heritage beat Irvine the game before this one, 57-50. Bad pass off the inbounds, but it is grabbed back by the Eagles, and they get it up to James. And then James gets his stripped. A great steal there by Cass. And Cass had to tiptoe along the sideline after coming up with that steal. Romeo feeds it to a wide open Grupalo. Misses the three-point try. Rebound grabbed again by Schmelz and the Eagles. And a foul. It's going to go against Grupalo. It's going to send Pleasant Grove to the free throw line to shoot 1-1. Katie Rathman is into the game. Well, I thought that was a foul. The official was signaling that maybe it was just signaling that it was off of Grupalo's arm, because there's no free throws here for Pleasant Grove. The feed to Ivana Lee for an open three-point look that hits every part of the rim and falls in. So the Eagles get it down to 5. They were down 11. Carondelet's been held to just 5 points this quarter as Brittany Wynn checks in for Kim Schmelz. The outside shot's not really falling for the Cougars, who are a 36% three-point shooting team. They do have 3 threes in this game, but seems like they've had a lot more open looks that have not been able to fall. Here's Cass spinning her way around and scoring with the right hand. Mackenzie Cass has 9 points. 2:47 to play until halftime. Knocked away. Romeo gets it back, goes in, and scores the layup. Romeo's in double figures. That's her first points of the second quarter. 13 turnovers on Pleasant Grove, 4 for Carondelet. 2:25 remaining in the second quarter. Well, on the baseline, tough right-hander is way off. Cass grabs the air ball, immediately feeds Romeo. Romeo, nice pass. Layup is there for Katie Rathman's first points of the game. And after the lead had been trimmed down to 5, Carondelet goes on a 6-0 run to stretch it back to double figures. It's 38-27 Cougars with 2:10 to go in the second quarter. Franklin Canyon Stables, very affordable, family-oriented, and the place to go if you're looking for riding lessons, trail access, horse training, or boarding. That's Franklin Canyon Stables. For more information, go to kimshorsetraining.com. It is 38-27 in favor of the Cougars. The points have not been as easy to come by in this second quarter after they scored 27 in the opening quarter. But they still have stretched the lead nonetheless as their defense has stepped up, holding Pleasant Grove to just 3 field goals in this second quarter. Pleasant Grove has 10 points from Ivana Lee and 10 from Deja James. Carondelet's got 10 from Natalie Romeo and 9 from Mackenzie Cass. The difference is more players are getting involved on Carondelet's side. Marcella Hughes has 6 points. Harioka has 3, but has done a good job on the glass. Gabrielle Grupalo's got 4 points. Here's Deja James. Nice pass, catching, and drawing the foul is Aaliyah Pena, and she's going to go to the free throw line. It's going to go against Cass. That's her second. Into the game is Marcella Hughes, who checks in for Cass, who may take a seat for the remainder of the half. Free throw rattles in for Leah Pena. That's her first point. Pena's been active, but has missed some gimmies underneath. She makes both free throws to get it down to single figures. With 2:06 to go until the break. Noria Saka checks out of the game. Romeo, great move, and goes right to the hole for the layup. Romeo left her defender in her tracks at the three-point line. Lead back up to double figures. Here's Deja James pulling up for the three from the left side. That misses badly, but the offensive rebound is there, and the putback for Kim Schmelz. Romeo, great move again, and misses the shot. The rebound on the floor, picked up by Aaliyah Pena. They had some ooze from the crowd after that move. Again, leaving a defender in her tracks. Here's Pena, or James making the extra pass in the corner for the three. That is buried by Ivana Lee. Gets it down to a 6-point game for Pleasant Grove. To give them credit, they have not let Carondelet pull away in this game. Carondelet's led by 11 a few times, and each time Pleasant Grove's had an answer. They were down 8 for the Eagles after the first quarter. Right now, a 6-point game. 1:14 remaining in the second quarter. Romeo, another great stutter step and a layup. Just seems like she can get that shot, leave her defender whenever she wants. She's got 14 points. That is a game high. And on the inbounds, the pass is knocked out off of the Eagles. Carondelet basketball. That's where Pleasant Grove, obviously, and their head coach James McKeever doesn't want his team to let this one get away. Before halftime, Harrioka steps inside the lane, looking for somewhere to go. Feeds Hughes for a three in the corner. Misses. Harrioka, another board. Harrioka's kept some possessions alive, and here she is again finding the loose ball, going right to the hole, missing the shot. Rebound on the floor, picked up by Aaliyah Pena with 36 seconds left. This is Deja James, pull up on the baseline, missing the jumper. And the rebound is pulled in by Romeo. Romeo wants to push. Why not? Romeo feeds it to Boucher. Boucher goes to the rim and draws the foul, and she'll go to the free throw line. It's going to go against Aaliyah Pena with 24 seconds left. And Boucher, the sophomore's got 3 points. And she rattles in the second free throw. And the lead's at 10. Carondelet sets up their full court pressure after that missed free throw. Pleasant Grove inbounds, a dangerous pass. It's knocked away, but somehow grabbed back by Brittany Wynn. Wynn wants to go right to the bucket, misses the shot. Deja James can't convert, and the rebound saved by James. Another offense put back, and someone hits their head on the floor, and that's a scary sight right there. Oh, man, that was Ivana Lee, and that was just a horrible sound. The good news is she didn't lose consciousness, but it's one of those things that is more scary than anything is for the player involved, and obviously for everyone here at the gymnasium, as her head hit the floor hard. And she gets up. This Pleasant Grove team is giving a great effort. They're down 10, but they are hustling, and we saw it on that last sequence there. So 10 seconds to go until halftime. It looks like Ivana Lee is okay. They wanted to bring her back in, but she's got to stay out. The inbounds goes to Deja James. James passed, so was thrown away. She was looking for Noria Saka. 6 seconds to go until the break. Carondelet going to try to go the length of the floor here. Romeo wants to do it herself. Romeo feeds it to an open three for Marcella Hughes that rims out. They got a good look, couldn't get it to fall, and Carondelet will settle for a 10-point advantage at halftime. It's 44-34 Cougars. You're watching high school basketball action. This is from the West Coast Jamboree on BayPreps.com. Pat O'Rourke back with you here on BayPreps.com as the Carondelet Cougars lead Pleasant Grove at the halftime break by a score of 44-34. And they outscored Pleasant Grove 27-19 in the first quarter. Yes, 27 first quarter points. They outscored the Eagles 17-15 in the second quarter. Natalie Romeo, no surprise, the game's leading scorer, 14 points in the first half, 9 for Mackenzie Cast. Marcella Hughes had 6. Gabrielle Grupalo and Mason Boucher each had 4. Amy Harioka with 3, and Lauren Nicolosi and Katie Rathbun each had 2. I don't know if I mentioned Amy Harioka. Yes, she did have 3 points. Ivana Lee had 13 points for Harioka, by the way, also had 6 rebounds, leading Carondelet with 6 rebounds. Ivana Lee leads Pleasant Grove with 7 rebounds and 13 points. 10 for Deja James, 7 for Kim Schmelz, and 2 points each for Aaliyah Pena and Brittany Wynn. As for turnovers, Pleasant Grove's got 15 of them. Carondelet with 4, and that's kind of the story we've seen for Carondelet in their games. No surprise there. And also, rebounding-wise, Pleasant Grove is out-rebounding the Cougars 23-20. Carondelet was 3 of 6 from the foul line in the first half. Pleasant Grove was 5 of 8. Franklin Canyon Stables, very affordable, family-oriented, the place to go if you're looking for riding lessons, trail access, horse training, or boarding. That's Franklin Canyon Stables. For more information, go to kimshorsetraining.com. That's kimshorsetraining.com for Franklin Canyon Stables. It is Pleasant Grove basketball to start the third quarter. Cougars in front by 10. This is the 4th game of the day from the Platinum Division. Winner moves on to the quarterfinals of the Platinum Division, as there are 16 teams in the Platinum Division. The other divisions feature 8 teams, including the Diamond Division, where we're going to be heading our way to Rindo to do Miramani and Palo Alto at 6:30 right after this game is over. We'll hurry over to that game. So Pleasant Grove goes from right to left. This is Brittany Wynn, a 5'6" freshman guard, working against Romeo. Up top, Ivana Lee. Back to Wynn. Gotta give Wynn credit. She's just a freshman, but she doesn't play like a freshman. She's shown some assertiveness. She's got it and just going to immediately fire the 3. Talk about the assertiveness. She misses the 3, and Cass has the rebound for the Cougars. The team in white. Cass behind the back, pulls up free throw line jumper, missed it short. James the rebound. James the outlet, and a bad pass by Ivana Lee, and unable to handle it is Kim Schmelz. Schmelz would have had a layup if Lee made a good pass. So no points scored yet in this third quarter. Here's Romeo. Romeo gets it back on the feed from Nicolosi. Outside of her, a Cass 3-point try that misses. Romeo's put back is there, and she got smacked. But she scores and will go to the free throw line for a chance for a 3-point play. She got hit pretty good there, and the official's going to give her a few seconds to regroup. Nicely done by the 5'7" junior, who was all Metro last season. She was all-state for Division II, 3rd team overall on the all-state. And she makes a free throw, converts that 3-point play, and Natalie Romeo, who averages 20 a game, has 17. The Cougars' lead is 13, their biggest. Ivana Lee. Now this is Wynn working against Romeo. Romeo all over, and Wynn's pass knocked away. Loose ball, grabbed back by Pleasant Grove, and the layup is there for Leah Cranton. First points of the second half. Nice save by Cass. Kept alive for a Romeo three-point try up top. That is good. So Natalie Romeo's got 6 quick points in this third quarter. She's got an even 20. And Carondelet keeps stretching their lead, led by as many as 11 in the first half. Here's a jumper by James that misses. Harrioka is having a nice game rebounding the basketball. And the pull-up jumper is good for Mackenzie Cast on the 3 from the far wing. So Cast is in double figures of a dozen. Knocked away Harrioka. Loose ball grabbed by Grupalo. She's got Romeo out in front. Romeo's got another layup, and she's got another end one opportunity. And what a start to the second half for the Cougars. An 11-2 run to start the third quarter. Romeo misses the free throw, and it's pulled in by James, who's got 7 boards to go along for 10 points. But she turns it over to Romeo. Great bounce pass. Harrioka's got a layup on the feed. They capitalize on another Eagles turnover. It's a 21-point lead, the biggest lead it's been all day. It's a 13-2 run to start the third quarter, and Carondelet's got a lot of separation between themselves and the Eagles. Call Michael Mulry, your home loan purchase and loan finance expert at 925-967-3055. Let Michael Mulry at CNA Equity be your bridge to your most profitable equity partners. And Rocco's Ristorante Pizzeria, a place to go after the game, open late, full bar, longtime supporter of high school sports in the corner of Oak Grove and Ignacio and Walnut Creek. That's Rocco's Ristorante Pizzeria. 57-36 the score in favor of Carondelet. 21-point lead, a big start to this third quarter. They came out firing in all cylinders, particularly Natalie Romeo. 8 of her 22 points in the 2 minutes and 12 seconds of this third quarter. And Carondelet, who has won some lopsided margins this year, they went 2-1 at the Tournament of Champions last week. They've already posted a big win over St. Mary's of Berkeley in a game that was played at Presentation earlier this month. And they're off to another good game here as they come up with another steal on the 18th Pleasant Grove turnover. Cross-court pass feeds Romeo, who wants the 3, and she buries it. Why not? She's feeling it. Her outside shot wasn't falling in the first half. She still managed 14 points. She's got a couple threes here in this third quarter. Down low, the foul as Kim Schmelz went up for the shot. So 14 points, I should say 11 points in this third quarter for Romeo, but 25 in the game. Into the game, Christina Chenal. Chenal into the game, a 5'9" sophomore for the first time for Carondelet. Second free throw goes. Boucher is also into the game. Romeo feeds Chenal, doesn't take the 3. Chenal goes right to the lane, misses the shot. Boucher has it grabbed away by James. And a traveling violation on James. 5:16 to play in the third quarter. Romeo in the corner, feeds Cass for a 3 that misses. Harrioka grabs the rebound. Up top, Romeo wants a 3, and we've got a whistle on the shot. It's going to go against Boucher. Carondelet's already got 16 points in this third quarter. They scored 27 in the opening quarter. And they've got 16 in the third with 5:09 to go in the third. And a 5-second violation as Ivana Lee took forever to inbound the basketball. The 20th turnover of the afternoon for Pleasant Grove, a team last year that was the Sac Joaquin Division I semifinalists, NorCal quarterfinalists in Division I. Their season was ended by Berkeley a year ago. They ended up 22-10. Backing her way in, spinning around, right-hander, wild shot by Cass, misses. James has the rebound. James up the floor to win. Good ball movement here, but Lee can't make the shot underneath. Romeo's got the board, unofficially her fourth. It's knocked out of bounds by Carondelet. And it's Pleasant Grove basketball. 4:42 to go in the third. The inbounds by Lee. Tough shot, but up and good for Kim Schmelz, who's got 11. Carondelet led by 10 at the half. Obviously, they have doubled that lead as a three is missed, and Wynn's got the rebound, but she turns it over. And a tough shot off balance. The layup falls underneath for Marcella Hughes on another Pleasant Grove turnover. Ivana Lee gets rivet to Deja James. James, running left-hander. She ran right over a Cougar player, and a great job by Boucher to draw that charge. All Carondelet in this third quarter. 18-6, they've outscored the Eagles. Here's Romeo, nice feed, Boucher. Wide open, she finds Cass, but a 3-second violation on Carondelet. We're at Deer Valley High School. This is the West Coast Jamboree, the fourth game of the day. Earlier, Hanford beat Narbonne 60-38. Sacramento got by Kincaid, Texas, 41-40. And Heritage was a 57-50 win over University of Irvine. Left side, open baseline jumper, misses by Schmelz. The rebound on the floor. Bodies hit the deck. And a tie-up. And no, they're going to call it jump ball, or they're going to give a tie-up. I believe they're going to give a tie-up saying Carondelet held the possession there. And so Carondelet gets the timeout from Margaret Gardner, who wanted to keep that possession alive with 3:42 to go in the third quarter. It's the fourth of 8 games today. The next game will be Nazareth of New York. Harold Aubend, who helps put this tournament on, was telling us about Nazareth, and they've got an outstanding player, and so they're going to be playing Bianca Cuevas, I believe is that player, a junior. So they're playing next against Monterey Trail. And then Berkeley takes on Bishop McGuinness. View Park versus Deer Valley at 6:30. Of course, Deer Valley the hosts for this portion of the Jamboree at the Platinum Division. And then it's Chaminade against Sheldon. Up the floor, Harioka on the baseline. Nice cross-court pass, feeds Cass. Cass not finding a three-pointer to fall in this game, and the rebound is cleared by Lee. Jumper by Lauren Histomi misses, and it's grabbed by Nicolosi. Romeo in the front court. Great pass. Layup is there for Cass. Cass now has 14 points. Stolen away by Cass. Romeo stutter steps in the dribble. Pass. Saved from going out of bounds. Romeo's got Cass open. Feeds it to her in the corner. Cass misses. And the rebound is grabbed by Lee. 9 rebounds for Ivana Lee. 2:49 to go in the third. Carondelet was up 10 at the half. Obviously, they're up by 24 now. Here's Lee, a long three. Missed it short. Good box out on the rebound by Nicolosi, who's headed to Hawaii Pacific. And a traveling violation on the Cougars, their 8th of this game. Well, the questionable call goes against Carondelet. Romeo takes her first rest of the game with 2:35 to go in the third quarter. Gabrielle Grupalo is into the game for Carondelet. Also, you've got Katie Rathbun. Here's Deja James. James, pass knocked away by Nicolosi. Kim Schmelz has it knocked away. Along the baseline, going to the rim, missing was Lee. Another battle for it in the floor, and they'll call, they're going to get a timeout by Pleasant Grove, saying they get the timeout. With 2:13 to go in the third quarter. And the score 64-40 in favor of Carondelet, a team that comes in 5-1. They're ranked 8th in the country in BayPreps' national computer rankings. According to Cal High Sports state rankings, Carondelet preseason was number 29, and they're now up to number 7 in the state. Of course, those will be updated soon, and they might be dropping a spot because of their loss to St. Mary's Riken last week at the Tournament of Champions, a team that they probably should have beat. They shot just 27% in that game and still only lost by 4. They did beat Linwood and Dobson in their recent games at the Tournament of Champions. Mackenzie Cass at 22 points and 3 blocks in the win against Dobson. The inbounds for Pleasant Grove, a team that is 6-1. Deja James feeds it underneath, and the layup is there for Aaliyah Pena, who's got 4 points. Here's Harrioka going to the rim, missing the shot. Carondelet trying to get something going with Romeo on the bench. Knocked away. Nicely done by Gabriella Grupalo. She gets it back on the wing. Feeds Harrioka, who pump fakes. Dribbles through traffic. Pass deflected. Caught by Grupalo on the baseline. And James has her 10th board. This is Kim Schmelz. Back to James. Going to the rim and getting knocked out of her hands was Nora Saka. In the front court for Carondelet. Missing the shot is Cass. Loose ball. Pulled in by Pleasant Grove. They nearly turned it over to Harrioka, but Harrioka stepped out. Romeo's going to come back into the game with 1:11 to go in the third. She'll check in with Marcella Hughes. The inbounds goes to James. James wanting position over Nucalosi. Tough baseline jumper. Fading away is good by James, who has just 4 points since the first quarter, where she scored 8. She cuts the lead down to 20. Less than a minute to go in the third. Carondelet 20 points this quarter. Scored most of those in the first 3 minutes of the quarter. And Carondelet steps out of bounds. They have 5 turnovers this quarter after committing just 4 in the entire first half. Mason Boucher is going to check into the game for Nicolosi. Carondelet appears to have taken a little bit of the foot off the gas pedal here in this third quarter, even though they're still applying press right now. I'm saying in terms maybe they've let up just a little bit, as all teams have a tendency to do once they grab a big lead. Here's a Natalie Romeo steal. Romeo up the floor, finds Harrioka, who's got a layup. Harrioka's up to 7 points, and Carondelet's leads up to 22. 30 seconds to go in the third. Pass up the floor, too far out in front of Kim Schmelz, and Pleasant Grove turns it over a 25th time. 10 of them in this third quarter. Natalie Romeo and Carondelet up by 22. Here's Romeo. Stepping left side of the lane. Great move off the dribble, but she can't get the shot to fall. James pulls in the loose ball with 3 seconds. Pass caught with 2 seconds. The heave at the buzzer is way off. And at the end of 3 quarters, Carondelet in control. They led by 10 at the half, and they outscored Pleasant Grove 22-10 in the third quarter. We head to the fourth. Carondelet's up by 22. You're watching high school basketball action on BayPreps.com.
I don't know if it's been mentioned, but I want a big shout out to Pat Awards and BayPreps. Wave up there, Pat. Wave. BayPreps is live streaming this game on their website. They do a great job. They will also be hustling over to Miramani, and they'll be doing the 6:30 game, Miramani and Palo Alto, if you want to catch that. And then tomorrow, they will be doing a semifinal game at Miramani. And then they'll be doing, on Saturday, they'll be doing the semifinal game. Tomorrow they'll be doing a game at Miramani at 6:30. And then on Saturday, we'll do the semifinals and finals.
66-44 the score. Carondelet in the lead after 3 quarters of play. Carondelet extending that lead, that 10-point halftime lead to 22 as Natalie Romeo scores 11 of her 25 points, easily a game high. Mackenzie Cass had 5 more in that third quarter. She's got 14. Pleasant Grove still being led by Ivana Lee, who's got 13. All of her points came in the first half. Carondelet put on quite a blitz in the start of that third quarter to really stretch this lead. Romeo, Cast, Harioka, Nicolosi, and Grupalo on the floor to start the fourth for the Cougars, the team in white. The team from Concord, and a carry in violation on Cast, the 10th turnover of the game for Carondelet. Carondelet not very sharp these last 4 minutes or so of game action, although they still have that sizable lead. The defense has been strong, but just as I say that, Jessica Fu gets her first points of the game and cuts the lead down to 20. Here's Romeo, feeding it to Gabrielle Grupalo. This Carondelet team lost a really good player, Hannah Huffman, to Notre Dame, but look very, very strong once again this year. It's a great program under the coaching of Margaret Gartner. Here's Romeo at the 3 in the corner. And the rebound to Grupalo. Grupalo's pass feeds Nicolosi. She can't convert, but Harioka keeps alive another rebound with a possession. Another offensive rebound, where she has grabbed plenty today. So here's Romeo up top. Cross-court pass, stolen away. This is Ivana Lee. Lee trying to dribble away from a trap. Gets rivet to Fu. Jessica Fu. Nice pass up the floor, and the layup is there for Kim Schmelz. This was a great feed by Fu to cut this lead down to 18. Carondelet led by 24. Here's Cass from the free throw line. No, the rebound on the floor picked up by Cass. Got to give Pleasant Grove credit. They are not quitting. This game has become out of reach. They are playing hard, and here's Leah Payne up the floor to Lee, and Lee can't handle it. Coached by James McKeever. This is a very good program under McKeever. They had 3 straight losing seasons the first 3 years of the program before these last 3 straight winning seasons. Only 1 game they've played has been decided by single figures thus far. Carondelet's played 3 of them. 6:02 to go. Here's Romeo kicking it out in the corner for another 3-point try by Cass. That is good. Cass comes into this game averaging 18 points per contest. She had 25 made threes in the season coming in and after a Pacific Grove turnover. Carondelet gets it back, and Cass has 3 3-pointers today. She's someone that the majority of her makes are going to be from three-point land. Majority of her shot attempts and makes, obviously, is Carondelet. Turns it over and commits the foul. In fact, Cass came into this game 25 of 63 on threes, 40%, but shooting a lower percentage on twos. She was 14 of 41 for 34%. She has scored at least 12 points in every game this year, and that includes this one. Natalie Romeo has scored at least 16 in every game, and that includes this one. She's right now sitting at 25. Nice feed underneath, and Ivana Lee can't convert, grabs her own rebound, then gets it stripped out of her hands. Lee has had a rough go of it. Her hustle's been there, but scoring-wise, she has not scored since she took that hard fall near the end of the second quarter, where it appeared she hit her head, but she came right back into the game. And she's unable to handle this pass, and Carondelet has it. Up the floor, Romeo's got a layup. 27 for Natalie Romeo. Had a triple-double in the game against Presentation to open the season. Good defense by Carondelet to force another Pleasant Grove turnover. The 29th of the game. That's what Carondelet will do to you. This is Romeo patiently maintaining the dribble and giving way to Harrioka, who's played a real fine game with 9 rebounds. Most of those offensive rebounds. Well, on possession here, not often you see Carondelet take it down to less than 10 on the shot clock, and they do, and Harrioka draws the foul on Deja James. So Harrioka goes to the foul line to shoot 2. And she makes the first. Eight points and 9 rebounds for Amy Harrioka. Her season high in rebounds is 10, which she had against Linwood last week at the Tournament of Champions. So she makes them both. 4:40 to go in the fourth quarter. Carondelet's going to move on to the quarterfinals, where they will play Heritage tomorrow at 5 o'clock right here at Deer Valley. Heritage beat University of Irvine 57-50. Christina Chenault, a 5'9" sophomore, is going to check back into the game. Cass is going to go out. Harrioka is going to check out. Romeo stays on the floor along with Hughes and Boucher. Grupalo along with, as we mentioned, Chenault. Carondelet's been in control from the start. They led 27-19 after the first quarter. Here's a three-point look that is buried by Brittany Wynn. Pass down low, Boucher. In traffic, she gets rid of it. Wide open on the other side is Marcella Hughes, who steps in for the short baseline jumper and does a nice job freeing herself for the 2 points. Hughes is in double figures. The 5'6" sophomore's got 10. 4 minutes to go. Pull-up jumper. Misses. And the rebound is grabbed by Chenault. So she gets in the box score as Romeo brings it up the floor. Great move again by Romeo, but her shot blocked out there by Lee. Romeo can lull her defender to sleep with her back turn. We've seen her pull that move off a couple times today. The inbounds goes to Chenault. Chenault's going to take it up and miss. And the rebound is cleared by James, who's got a double-double. 12 points, 12 rebounds. She catches down low, spins around, and scores off the glass. Nicely done by the 6-foot Pleasant Grove senior. The other way, the scoop layup misses by Hughes. Long pass by Leah Pena. Pleasant Grove trying to finish on a strong note. They're going to suffer their second loss, but they're not going down quietly as Ivana Lee drains the three-pointer. That's her third three-pointer this game, but her first points of the second half. She's got an eagle-high 16. Romeo's one-handed pass is deflected out, and they're going to say it hit Carondelet last. That was an interesting call. And they're going to change it. Okay, it is going to go to the Cougars, and good job by the officials to talk it over. We're going to head our way over to Orinda after this game to do the Miramani Palo Alto contest in the Diamond Division. Miramani won their division last year at the West Coast Jamboree. What a great event they're doing here. As the three-pointer in the corner misses, the rebound kept alive by Boucher. She wants to go in and score a layup, and she's got a half dozen. 77 points for Carondelet. Can they break the 80-point mark? We've got 2.5 minutes to go. The other way, scoring the layup, is Kim Schmelz. She's got 15. Here's Romeo seeing a lane and taking advantage of it for another 2. 29 for Romeo. Up the floor, an easy layup for Deja James and a timeout. Thought we had a timeout called, and finally we're seeing the teams go So we do see teams finally go to their respective huddles with 2:08 to go on Carondelet in front, 79-60. Natalie Romeo's got 29 points, just 1 point off her season high. She scored 30 in a win against Sacred Heart Cathedral in the second game of the season. Franklin Canyon Stables is very affordable, family-oriented, the place to go if you're looking for riding lessons, trail access, horse training, or boarding. That's Franklin Canyon Stables. For more information, go to kimshorsetraining.com. That's kimshorsetraining.com. Rocco's Ristorante Pizzeria, the place to go after the game, open late, full bar, longtime supporter of high school sports in the corner of Oak Grove and Ignacio and Walnut Creek. That's Rocco's Ristorante Pizzeria. Great food, the best place to eat in the East Bay. And call Michael Maury, your home loan purchase and loan finance expert, 925-967-3055. Let Michael Maury at CNA Equity be your bridge, your most profitable equity partners. Carondelet gets a timeout that allows them to get Natalie Romeo off the floor, and what a performance it was for the 5'7" junior guard, one of the best players around. The offers keep rolling in for Romeo, and why not? She can single-handedly control a game on her own. She's got 29 points, easily a game high, 1:56 to go. Carondelet's got a pretty good team outside of her as well as we get a look at Christina Chenault. She goes right to the lane, misses the shot. Ivana Lee, who's got a double-double, pulls in her 11th board. She's got 16 points to go along with it. Here's Brittany Wynn. Nice pass. Layup will be scored by Kim Schmelz. On the pass from Aaliyah Pena. And Pleasant Grove gets the lead down to 17. They've trailed by as many as 24. Carondelet has scored 78 or more in 4 of their games this year. This game number 7. Look like they could break the 80-point mark if this shot falls, but the three-pointer misses on the shot clock winding down. The rebound goes out of bounds to Pleasant Grove. We're going to get Kim Savio into the game. A 5'10" sophomore is going to check in for Boucher. Also, Vanessa Cruz, a 5'5" freshman, is in for Carondelet. That's what good programs do when they get these blowouts, to get some experience for those younger players, because they're going to have to be a factor either at the end of this year or next season. 17-point lead. Up to Deja James. James, one-handed pass, finds Wynn. Wynn nearly fell out of bounds, gets rivet back to James, who loses it on the floor. And we're going to get a timeout called by Pleasant Grove with 54 seconds remaining. And Carondelet in front by 17. It's 79-62. Carondelet had won the NCS Division II championship every year from 2003 until now, though they didn't win in 2007. The 2 years they didn't win from that time was when they lost to top seed Pinole Valley in 07 and when they lost in the final to Berkeley in 01. Cougars were 2-1 at the Nike Tournament Champions. They defeated Linwood and Dobson, losing to St. Mary's Riken. They do have a win over St. Mary's Berkeley, which is a highly contested battle. 70-64, the final score there. Also got a couple wins over WCAL schools in presentation, Sacred Heart Cathedral. We could see him taking on Midi again. Well, we will see him play Midi again this the regular season, but could see him taking on each other on the playoffs as a shot falls for Aaliyah Pena. That was a team, Midi, that ended Carondelet's season last year in the NorCal semis in what was a very good close game. 37 seconds to go. Marcella Hughes. Pass is kicked away. Carondelet needing another bucket to get that 80-point mark. 8 on the shot clock. Here's Chenault going right to the hoop, but she gets called for a traveling. So 23 seconds to go. Carondelet led by as many as 24. They're up by 15 now. They'll play Heritage tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Come on out and watch this team play. A very good, fun team to watch. And they've got tremendous players. That pass by Pleasant Grove hits the rim and goes out of bounds. But an exciting team to watch. And, of course, Natalie Romeo one of the best juniors around. We talk about in the country. The way she can impact a game, very impressive. 29 points this afternoon. So the final seconds will tick off. Carondelet won't get to 80, but they'll settle for 79. And a nice win over Pleasant Grove, who was 6-1 entering today. 79-64, the final score. Take a brief break on the audio side. You're watching high school basketball action from the West Coast Jamboree on BayPreps.com.
Amazing competition we'll see here today, folks, at the West Coast Jamboree. We are on our 13th year. 13th year. Make sure to commemorate that. Go get some merchandise over by the door. Get your t-shirts. I think there might be hats too. He looks a little too comfortable over there. Put him away. Put him away. Next up, we have Monterey Trail. Monterey Trail, Elk Grove, featuring hosting Natalie of New York. That's Monterey Trail and Elk Grove.
Pat O'Rourke with you here on BayPreps.com. The final score, Carondelet defeats Pleasant Grove 79-64. The Cougars outscoring Pleasant Grove 27-19 in the first quarter. It was 44-34 at the half, and then put together a big run at the start of the third quarter and just really gained some separation between themselves and the opposition here. And they cruised from there on to even though they were outscored 20-13 in the fourth quarter, win this game comfortably 79-64. Leading the way, Natalie Romeo, second highest point total of the season. She finished with 29, including 11 in that third quarter as Carondelet made their big run. She was one of three Cougars in double figures. Mackenzie Cass had 17 points. Marcella Hughes finishes with 10. Amy Harioka, unofficially 9 points and 9 rebounds. The rebound's pretty unofficial there. 6 points for Mason Boucher. Gabrielle Gruppalo finishes with 4 and 2 each for Warren Nicolosi and Katie Rathbun. As for Pleasant Grove, they had 3 players in double figures. Kim Schmelz finishes with 17. Ivana Lee and Deja James each had 16. 6 for Aaliyah Pena, 5 for Brittany Nguyen, and Leah Cranton and Jessica Fu each scored 2. Cougars were 6 of 10 from the free throw line. The Eagles of Pleasant Grove were 7 of 10. Pleasant Grove did out-rebound Carondelet 40-33, but the turnovers always in Carondelet's favor, and they turned it over just 13 times compared to 30 for Pleasant Grove. Thanks to everyone here at the West Coast Jamboree. We're going to head on over to Orinda for the Miramani Palo Alto game. Been watching high school basketball on BayPreps.com. Carondelet improves to 6-1 with a 79-64 win over Pleasant Grove, who drops to 6-2. Producer and cameraman is Ian Fawn. We'll be back on when Miramani takes on Palo Alto at 6:30 from Orinda. You're watching high school basketball action from the West Coast Jamboree, a great event on BayPreps.com.